Now, there's nothing I like more than having a flutter. But odds on, the only thing I'll be leaving with today is a hole in my wallet. But there is a way to have a gamble without losing your stake, and we are piling more and more cash into them. I am talking about premium bonds. With the base rate at a record low, and with instant access savings accounts giving very meagre returns, is it time to look at premium bonds again as one of the safest places to keep your cash? They are fully protected by the government, and with many of us worrying about the safety of banks and falling interest rates, we have invested a staggering £5 billion in them in the last 2 years alone. Oh, my son! The bonds don't earn interest. Instead, each month they're entered into a prize draw with more than £1 million cash prizes up for grabs. You can win anything from £50 to the £1 million jackpot, and all the winnings are tax-free. But what are your chances of coming in a winner? First off, take premium bonds. The odds of scooping the £1 million jackpot are 19.5 billion to 1. Your chance of winning any prize is 36,000 to 1. And if you don't win, your bonds go into next month's draw, and so on. And you can get your money out at any time. Now compare that to the National Lottery. The odds on winning the lottery jackpot are better, at 14 million to 1. Your chance of winning any prize is 54 to 1. So the odds might be better, but if you lose, you've got no chance of getting your stake back. Luck be a lady tonight. Premium bonds were introduced in 1956, and as the technology has changed, so have your chances of winning. The cash in the prize fund is made up of the monthly interest on the value of all the bonds, so the higher the interest rate, the bigger the prize pot. But as interest rates have fallen, so has the prize fund and your chances of winning. Over the last 2 years, the monthly payout has dropped from 114 million to 58 million. Currently, the smallest prize is £50, but National Savings and Investments may introduce a new £25 prize category, which means you'll be in with a chance of winning more often. So the question is, are you just better off whacking your cash into a savings account instead? The average interest on an instant access savings account from the high street banks is around 0.2%. Meanwhile, with average luck, premium bond holders are likely to get winnings equivalent to 1.8%. It's the first time ever that the rate of return on premium bonds is above the Bank of England base rate. Now, if you're seriously out of luck, you might get no return on your cash at all. But at least there's no chance of the government going under. And it's got to be a safer bet than sticking your cash underneath the mattress. Just don't rely on it to bring you home a wad full of winnings.
Dom, it's staggering amount. £30 million is sitting of premium bond prize money unclaimed.
It's a fortune, isn't it?
Yeah.
The reason being, when you win on premium bonds, I've had them for donkey's years, you've got two options. You can either have them automatically reinvested, as long as you haven't got more than the maximum, which is 30,000, or you can opt to have a cheque sent to your address, which is great. The cheques just arrive. There's no notice they're coming. And if people move address and don't change their premium bonds, and tell the premium bonds where their money is, they land on the doormat and they never get invested. Thing is, though, that money is always there for you. You can always claim it back at any time. There's no time limit on them.
Well, I'm just looking at Mr T trying to make head or tail of what you're saying.
Would you have Mr T when we were watching the VT said there's got to be a scam?
Definitely. If this is a scam, it's a big story because it's government-backed essentially. Now, this as an investment, you're not going to lose your money. It's not going to go bust. But there are other places as safe or almost as safe where you might get a slightly higher return.
The thing is, it's government-backed, so unless the government goes down, your money's guaranteed. But it's only up to 30 grand. That's the maximum. Whereas in a bank, a UK bank now, you've got £50,000 limit on it. Yeah. But the thing is, it doesn't earn interest. It's the gamble of getting those wins in. And it's a real buzz when the wins come in. If you shop around, there are places that are offering you guaranteed interest. I mean, you've got things like ISAs and savings accounts, etc. So you can get more money, but there's that thrill of knowing your money's sitting there and each month you might possibly get a win come through.
Mr T, are you much of an investor yourself? Did you invest your billions of dollars wisely?
No, I keep my money under my mattress. Right. So right now, while I'm here, my brothers is in my bed. I don't believe in the bank.
You invested in gold, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
No?
Yeah, well, a little bit, but I stopped wearing the gold.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got my eye on you.
Got my eye on you.
Yeah.
Well, T, let's just remind everyone of your very famous role in the A-Team.
This is my talking dog, Saki. This is my talking fist. His name is Knockout. Do you want to hear Knockout speak?
No.
All right, we're going to be sharing this cab. But I don't like paper wrappers in my cab.
Fabulous. I still can't believe he's here, you know.
Well, where y'all find that from? Y'all make me laugh.
Oh, it's
See, I'm really a shy guy deep inside.
I'm getting that feeling already, yes.
Did you ever use those lines in real life?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. When I used to be a bouncer, you know, guys would be disorderly. You know, they would be disrespectful to the ladies. And I told them they had to leave.
Because you weren't any ordinary bouncer, were you? You're a bodyguard for some quite famous
Well, I used to bodyguard and bounce at the same time. When I wasn't on a detail with bodyguard, and I would come back and the club that I used to bounce at, that was like my office. So I would get calls there. Celebrity would come in town.
So who did you protect? Which celebrity?
Well, you know, I'm going to tell you something. It's kind of funny and strange, you know. I really don't like to throw around a lot of big names because I protected people that didn't have big names. I started off by protecting diamond merchants. They would carry a briefcase full of diamonds from New York to Miami, from stuff like that, you know. A couple well-known people like Muhammad Ali, you know, that was my hero.
Big names, big names. Yes. Well, you've come over to Britain to knock some sort of tough sense into the men here. Tell us a bit about Mr. T's manifesto.
Well, what I wrote, I sort of call it my rules for fools, you know. So, you know, it's just trying to...
I'm a fool and I'm listening. So.
Yeah, no, you know, so... I can't make them, but it's just trying to steer them the right way. You know, some of the things that works for me. I'm not telling nobody to go hug a tree, to save the whales and nothing like that.
Give us an example then.
All right, one example, like I said, number one, like when the guys go out drinking and stuff like that. Number one, I really hate guys drinking and driving.
Yeah.
That's one thing, you know. If you go to a pub or whatever you call it here, a club, you know, you get to drink and get a cab if you got the drinking, you know, and don't be, and stay away from the dirty jokes around the ladies.
Yeah.
You know, be respectful.
Don't do them myself. Stay fit and don't quit.
Yeah. Like you know, like we got good rugby teams here, you know, fair play. You go out there, you hit the guy hard, you know, after the game you give him a manly hug and say good game. You know, no dirty play, you know, that's what I like. You know.
I want a manly hug off you at the end.
All right, you're going to get one.
I want one.
Yes.
I want one.
And of course, working hard as well is a big aspect.
Oh, that's the key. Yes. No, whatever you do, you know, do it well. Work hard. Do your best.
Okay, we'll do our best. You mentioned tree hugging there. Lucy Siegel, our environmental woman. You wait till you meet her. Mr. T, she is forever banging on about green things. You can't shut her up.
It's her job to bang on about green things.
She bangs on all right, I promise you. She's surpassed herself today, though, even worrying about her green credentials beyond the flipping grave, if you don't mind.
Understandably, we're reluctant to think about what actually happens to our bodies when we die. But if I was to turn my mind to it, I'd hope to end up somewhere exactly like this. And definitely in one of these. If you've spent your life trying to do your bit for the planet, why spoil it all at the last minute being sent off in a conventional coffin, when instead you can have a green one? Or in fact any colour you like, and all made from recycled cardboard.
The whole idea of these coffins is that they say something about the person. It's what that person loved, it's what that person was about. Just because you want cardboard, it doesn't have to be brown and boring anymore, a bit like a wooden one. It doesn't have to be that way.
People are now choosing their coffins when they plan their wills. John Batch wants a design to reflect his passion for flying.
Well, traditionally funerals have been about grief and worry. These days are much more about the fun, the excitement that somebody had on their time on Earth. And I really wanted to say to people, I've had a great time, and this is what I enjoyed doing.
But apart from being, well, conventional, what exactly is the problem with a normal coffin? Around 350,000 people are cremated in the UK every year, most of them in a coffin derived from wood.
That's an awful lot of coffins going up in smoke and an awful lot of waste and pollution.
Your cremation will use as much energy as you used at home in a month. Cardboard coffins are one solution. They're made from recycled waste paper, stretched, dried and pressed together to form a tough honeycomb structure. It's amazingly strong.
We've tested it up to 23 stone, but it will take more. At 23 stone, it doesn't even bend, it doesn't even creak.
And what if it's raining?
It's fine.